Alright guys, what's up? T-Monkey B here. I thought I was going to sleep. Guess I'm not. I guess it's my obligation to you, the people of YouTube, to talk about tech choices and what you could use that I don't in Eatos decks. So we'll go ahead and start out with a simple one, Final Countdown. Eatos decks are good enough with stalling. If you run the DD Survivors, you know this. Even if you special them in defense, as long as they're not running anything with piercing, and then again with skill drain, you don't have to worry about that. Imagine that at the end of every turn, 3 DD Survivors always coming back. That's going to be a pretty big stall and hard to kill, even if they transfer tribute, whatever. As long as they don't book a moon your monsters, Swords of Concealing Light, any crap like that, they can't kill it. So Final Countdown. Sorry if I'm talking fast. I know, like, on my last take of this video, this is my second take. On the last take, I sounded like the ShamWow guy. So, whatever. I'm trying to talk fast to get this video done. I got a lot of cards that I'm trying to do, so let's go ahead. Alternate win condition. That's basically what that is. So, we'll all go on to draw power. The two cards that I have are Trade-In, Fortune's Future. Now, Trade-In. I don't like this card. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off by saying a lot of people do stop dead Eatos, but if you have problems with dead Eatos, run Soul Release. I think Trade-In. You have 6 targets, so it's a good enough target range. Your 6 targets consist of 3 Barbaros, 3 Eatos, unless you're running some weird Vandalagon or something like that, like I was testing actually. So Trade-In. You can get rid of your Eatos, but there are better cards to run. You can get rid of your Barbaros, but if you got a Skill Drain or a Chalice out, now you just wasted a free Barbaros. Barbaros is still a 1900 beater, and that's what most of the deck is, so what else are you looking for? Unless you got a Spark in hand. Then you trade in, you don't draw a Spark, and then what now? So now we go on to Fortune's Future. Okay, the main problem with this card, yes, you do get to draw 2 cards, but you have to run Fortune Ladies, and it puts a monster back in your graveyard. So if you're going to run this, run 2 to 3 of this, run 1 to 2 Soul Release. Now, if you're going to run a Soul Release, you keep cards out of your graveyard, that's good. You can run 1 less macro now. However, if you're running this, now you gotta run Fortune Ladies. What are you gonna run? 3 Fortune Lady Lights is the best obvious option because their attack points are gonna be 0 with Skill Drain. Fortune Lady Light still gets its effect because its effect happens when it gets removed from the field. So, how do you remove it from the field? Now you gotta run 2 to 3 Future Visions. There we go. It's a good card against Blackwings, but it's not good against almost everything else. So, is this a good engine to run? Maybe. Try it out. Against Blackwings, it's epic. If your locals there's a lot of Blackwings, play this engine. It works great. If not, like mine, a lot of rogue decks going around, especially plants and just random Monarch crap. I don't suggest running against it, but, I mean, you could try it out. Next, Mirror Wall. It's like a half or nothing, but they can't pick nothing. So it's an old school card, maybe you remember it from the TV show. Mai used it on her Harpy Ladies and whatnot, although there was a cost on that one. So the effect, have the attack of all your opponents attacking monsters. Pay 2,000 life points during each of your standby phases if you do not destroy this card. Key phrase, if you do not. It is an optional effect, you don't have to pay the 2,000 life points during each of your standby phases. So, you get a free shrink on all your opponent's monsters, great against GBs, great against Stardust. Just on your next turn, don't pay the 2,000 points and you're all good. Wish there was no cost like the TV show, but, I mean, if it was like the TV show, nobody would have more than 1 Stardust. And who do you think would get around without running Stardust? Big Burn. Okay. Big Burn is great against Lightsworn Infernity. What the hell else do we have? Equest and GBs. Just about any deck, really, you could side this in. Zombies especially great. So activate when your opponent activates a card that specifically designates a monster in the graveyard as a target. You can play all monsters in both players' graveyard. So, let's go by step how great this card is. You can activate this card when your opponent activates a card that's... Okay, first of all, stop there. When your opponent activates a card, that's the only bad part. You can't use it if you, like, what would you run? Monster Reincarnation, some random crap like... I don't know what you would run, but whatever. You can't activate it when you target anything in the graveyard. The only downside of that effect. So, it has to specifically designate a monster in the graveyard. Designate easy. Monster in the graveyard. Your graveyard, their graveyard. They can Book of Life, target their monster. Oh, no, I'll wait. They target my monster, remove. Oh, Big Burn. Either one I could do it on. Remove from play all monsters in both players' graveyards. Best part, stops their graveyard, disrupts their graveyard. If you haven't got a macro or defisher out, removes from play all monsters in your graveyard. It's awesome. Megamorph. If you want to get off Evocators, if you Gemini summon Evocator, which I don't know why you would, but go ahead. If you want to use Evocator's actual effect, or better yet, Eatos' actual effect, run this. This is the best equipped card to run, I think. If you're going to run the actual Evocator effect, though, you might be running Supervise, but why are you going to equip Supervise to Eatos? You're just dumb. So, Megamorph, your life points are going to be lower than your opponent's most of the time. I mean, it's anti-meta. You're paying for skill drain. Double your Eatos attack to 5,000. Attack. Now your life points are lower. Get rid of Megamorph as long as you don't have a skill drain, and now Eatos is 4,000. It's awesome. Good card. Also helps your Gemini beaters get over random crap like Stardust. Okay, Miracle Fusion. Human Entity Forge has got a deck built around this in Eatos. I don't like it anymore. Gosh, talking like the ShamWow guy is hurting my mouth and or throat. And that sounds sexual. So, okay. Miracle Fusion. In theory, it's good. It keeps monsters out of your graveyard. However, it's not good. Believe me, it doesn't work as well as you think it does. You'll get a free Gaia. You'll get a free Absolute Zero, but only half the time. Plus, the effects are negated. So, Gaia is only a 22 beater that you just paid $30 for. Next card. Burden of the Mighty. We're going to try to have to speed this up because I still got like 5 cards to go in like, what, 4 minutes now? There we go. Okay, Burden of the Mighty. Makes your beat sticks easier to kill their monsters. Basically stops Stardust from being a big powerhouse, whatever. Continuous card. Morphing Jar doesn't work with skill drain. However, a lot of times I'm top decking. I don't like top decking. It's really lame. You top deck a Morphing Jar, you said it. You got some defense. It flips up. They're all their cards in their hand. They're Kalutes that they've been saving. They're Honest. The only two that they can run. Now they're removed if you have a D-Phase or a macro out. And you get to draw 5 cards, so you're no longer top decking until you play all 5 of those cards and you're top decking again. What the hell? Arsenal Summoner. Once again, I don't like this card. A lot of decks I see like this card. I don't see why. Ooh, got that macro lens. What now? 1600 attack and defense is not that good. It adds a Eatos to your hand, but more than likely when this card gets flipped up, you probably don't have a D-Phase or a macro out, which means you got a card in your graveyard and Eatos in your hand you can't use. The other effect, like it can add other like Guardian cards to your hand. You're not running anything else Guardian. Even if you did, you can add Celtic Guardian, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress number 1, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress number 2, Guardian of the Labyrinth, Reliable Guardian. You can add other stuff, but who cares? You're just running Eatos. It's a win for some more, but why do you have monsters in your grave? Supremacy Barrier. It's a way to add life points. It's once again like Megamorph, where if your life points are higher than your opponent's, you'll take 1,000 damage if you play this. But if you're playing this when you have higher life points, you're retarded. You're gaining 2,000 life points most of the time. You're anti-meta. You're paying for skill drain. You've got low life points. Get 2,000 life points back for free. If you have room, run it. Light of Redemption. This is a card that I found as I was going through my random cards. Pay 800 life points, get a Neos Alias, get a Crusader, get an Honest if you're running that with D-Fisher, you retard. Get it back to your hand. It's a good card. You only lose the 800 life points, so once again, if you're running Supremacy Barrier, Megamorph, any of those cards that you required you have lower life points, you're set. You get a card back to your hand. It's free. It's awesome. Trade this crap card for a monster. If you're running low monster count, try that card. Last but not least, we got 2 minutes and we got Gravekeeper Servant. Now, I wanted to save this card for last because it's a card I have yet to test. Continuous card. Your opponent must send 1 card from the top of their deck to the graveyard to declare an attack. Now, because it says from top of deck to graveyard, they can't attack. Because it specifically designates, unlike Raikou, which got errated, I'm pretty sure. So it stops GBs from attacking. They can't send a top card of their deck to the graveyard, so it doesn't work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm still got 2 minutes, so I don't know what else I'm going to say. I also got a question asking what I was talking about during the pole position thing. Like somebody messaged me because I was text messaging them. I don't know where my pole position is. Let me go ahead and pull that piece out since I still got 2 minutes. Okay, so pole position. There's infinite loops with pole position. The effect, booyah, there we go. The face-up monster with the highest attack on the field is unaffected by any spell cards. When pole position is removed from the field, destroy the face-up monster with the highest attack on the field. So, summon a monster. Equip it with Axe of Despair. It's the highest attack monster. Now, it can't be affected by spells. Axe of Despair doesn't work. So now it goes to another monster that's higher. Wait, now it's affected by spells again. Axe of Despair equips back on. Now pole position equips it, and it keeps going over and over and over. Now in this position, you can't activate pole position, coincidentally. So, be careful with how you use this. If your opponent's running a lot of equips, you're going to create infinite loops. The good part is if you have this out before they play their equips, they can't play their equips because technically it creates an infinite loop, and it resolves over and over and over and over and over. And unless you want to actually get to that resolve point and you're winning and it's about to be time, don't do it. Thanks, guys. Team Mokimoki's B here. Tech choices for Eatos. Let me know if you actually like any of these or a bunch more that I couldn't go over. There are also some weird choices in my actual deck. So check that out. This is my 3-party Eatos discussion piece thing. Thanks, guys, and peace. Subscribe, Plux.